Hey, I'm Bill and I have a lot of tape, and all of this tape needs a place to go. So today I'm going to build a system to organize and store all of my adhesive tape. There are, of course, many different ways to do this, and yes, I've seen how Adam Savage stores his tape, but I'll be doing mine a little bit differently. The main thing I need is something that is big enough to hold something this big, but not so big that a small roll like this goes through it. Previously, I had all my tape coming out of the wall on dowels. The problem is if I wanted this tape in the back, I'd have to take these off to get to this one. So I want to put these on a shelf. I don't want to stack them up either, because then I have the same problem. I'd have to take these off to get to this guy. So instead I'm going with a shelf that stacks everything vertically. So this is kind of a rough idea for what my shelf will look like. This will be up against a wall, and the biggest guy will go here. Then I'll need a way to retain everything, so if I have a couple of rails that run the length of it, that should do. But again, the problem is these are too far apart for something like that. This will just roll back and forth. So these need to be close enough that something as small as, let's say the smallest, like this guy, isn't gonna bounce around. So that'll work. And then this bigger roll should sit on there. It'll just be a little high, but it shouldn't bounce around. I also need to make sure that this shelf is tall enough that the next shelf above it will still allow me to get my roll of tape in there, the biggest one, which would be about that high. So why don't I bump that up a little bit to give us the clearance we need. So I think this will be 1/2 inch plywood. And then to attach it to the wall, I could screw it straight in or put something like French cleats on it. I've got a pretty loose game plan. I'm gonna go over to the table saw and start cutting up some stock. Gonna go together like that, with a rail like that and another one like that, and then my tape can go in there, whether it's a medium-sized one, a large-sized one, just like that. What's nice is I can use this rail that goes along the back as a way to anchor this back piece, like so. Glue, wood, clamp, clamp, and nail. That didn't hold at all. What happened? The nails not go all the way through? Did no nails come out? It sure made the noise. Oh. Got a little bit of a jam. Yeah. All right, let's try again. That seems better. Cool. Glue, clamp, and nail. More glue. This is the last rail, the front part here. Attaching it the same way, glue and clamps and nails. Although now that I think about it, I may need a wall in the end so that stuff doesn't fall off, but I'll get to that momentarily. This is the basic design here. Let's see how it works. Big roll, looking good. Small-ish roll, looking pretty good. It's so pretty. Here's a piece of scrap 1/4-inch plywood, and I'm going to use that for the sides. So I've just made it kind of as tall as this piece here. And these don't need to be really pretty or anything. They just need to keep stuff from falling out. So I'm just roughing out a couple of kind of triangular shapes here, like that. And then I can cut those out on the jigsaw. Again, not super pretty, but they'll go kind of like that, I guess. Glue, glue. And then, I didn't really plan this very well, but let's see if we can get that to connect. Nailed it. Now our tape can go in and it won't fall off the side. And there's my tape storage. It's funny, with it all laid out like this, suddenly it looks like I don't actually have very much tape, but that's fine. Plenty of extra room for more tape as I accumulate my collection. And most importantly, I can see everything, and when I need a specific thing, it's right there where I need it. This was a quick and dirty build. It took me about an hour to put everything together. It's not super clean, but I'm calling this version 1. I think I'll use this for a while and see if there are any changes I'd like to make to it before potentially building a better second one. For example, I've got these double-sided tape rolls that don't really fit well in there. Maybe I'll put some pegs on the side for those. That might be a good solution for these smaller rolls too. Before I wrap up, I want to give you a quick tour of all the different tapes that I have. On the far end, we've got different types of masking tape. Then moving towards me, we have all the different colors of gaff tape, which are really good for labeling things and a bunch of other stuff around the shop. This is just medical tape. I think I use this to put a handle wrap on a prop baseball bat or something. Then everything over here is double stick tape. I've got VHB, I have normal Scotch double stick tape, and then this is used for woodworking, I think. I don't know. I'll find a link for this and put it down below. Up top, we have our aluminum tape. So many uses for prop making. Bunch of packing tape, and then duct tape, or in this case, Gorilla Tape. Really, really strong stuff. Hey, thanks for checking out the build. If you're putting together your own workshop, hopefully this is the sort of thing you might want to put together for storing your tape. And I know there's dozens of other really cool options out there. In fact, if you've got a tape storage solution that you use, please share it with me down in the comments. I'd love to see how you put something like that together and potentially incorporate some of those designs into a future iteration of this fella. Things are coming along here in the new shop, obviously adding more and more organization and storage. Behind me here is the shelves for all my materials that I put together last week. And you can expect more videos along with some prop builds coming out soon. Enough of the shop is put together now that we can start building more props and costumes again. And I'm really excited to share those projects with you as they roll out of the new shop. So if you're new, then please go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss those new videos. And if you're not new, then go ahead and share this video with a friend who might need something like this in their shop. That's everything I have for you today. Thank you again so much for hanging out with me in the shop today, and I'll see you in the next build.